list of observations that they saw with this new culture of people using their thumbs to type messages. But they say like a lot of your younger people who have grown up doing this, now they're doing things to where like they're using their thumbs where we would have used fingers to do things. Like, you know how you point to something?
Right.
They say kids are now kind of using their thumbs to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now, I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah.
this is what someone was saying. And
I
they
could
said there was
believe
some- Yeah, they were saying there were some other things that people were doing with their thumbs. I mean, people just getting so used to it now.
It's gonna look weird when you're gonna see somebody typing on their keyboard with their thumbs, and that's it. It's like,
You know what's going to
boom, boom,
happen.
boom, boom. Yeah,
We're going
but
to
hey, whatever works.
Human beings are going to evolve to have nothing but thumbs instead of fingers.
It's
Like
going to
every
be-
digit is going to be a thumb.
That is going to be terrifying. That's when we're gonna have to start the mutant war with the thumbsters. We're gonna have
Start
to,
a-
just-
yeah,
we're
we're
gonna have to destroy them. It's not right.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna have a real thumb war. But no, man. So what else is going on here, man? We tonight, Obama came out, man.
Yeah. Now, was this a planned speech, or did he just come out and say, "Hey,
Well, no,
look,
it's
everybody, it's crazy"?
it's a State of Union address.
State of
kind
the
of
Union. Okay, I had
where
no
he comes
idea.
out and he tells people what the plan is. When we're spending $1 trillion to get this economy back on track,
Right.
And I mean, it's being used for a lot of things. I mean, it's being used for one thing, for tax breaks for people, to help out with education.
Did he talk about the
taxes.
stimulus going into effect as far as?
Well,
did it get approved as far as, I guess everyone will be seeing a little bit more,
No, I caught
a little
this-
bit more money on their paycheck?
Well, I caught this late. Like I said, I think this is going to programs. Now, people, you feel free to because I'm talking about the
Correct
speech tonight.
you, yeah.
Yes, feel free to correct me on anything here because I caught the tail end
Right.
and a little bit on the radio. I was listening to it on the radio when I was driving, and I came back in and started working. And I forgot, like, oh, I really need to cut this on and listen to it.
Right.
So yeah, like I said, some of this is used to bail out the banks, which is crazy because not crazy, but a lot of people are thinking you giving money to the banks. What the fuck, because
that means we're really in trouble.
yeah, well, no, it's meant to like put money into the banks, not bankers,
Right.
and not Wall Street to go for them to go out and buy jets and shit and take expensive trips and get big bonuses. It's meant to like put confidence in banks to lend money out.
To lend money out, yeah.
Yeah, and then he went on to highlight some. I don't want to spend too much time because I know people don't want to hear us talk about politics and economy and shit like that. But one of the things that he did near the end of his speech is that he went and talked about some of the stories that he heard and some of the actions that he thought were noble with people. They had one guy. He's a banker, one of the good bankers. He had a $6 million bonus that he gave to his workers and to other people for them, not for himself. And they cut to that guy. I think his name was Leonard Albess. Somebody, and they cut to that guy, and people were patting him on the back, and he looked like he was drunk, and he had this look on his face like, $6 million. Why the fuck did I give that away? Why did I do that?
Yeah.
And why, it's just not hitting me. I gave $6 million. It might be more, but I think it's $6 million. I might have the number wrong, but I think I heard $6 million.
Okay.
And I'm looking at that, and I was like,
Yeah.
something as noble as I want to think I am. If I got a $500,000 bonus, you fuckers would not see me again. I'd be gone. I'd be like, "Where the fuck's Corey? We need to record. Let's do this." And I was
right.
I'm in.
No, I'll be
Costa
fine.
Rica
Don't
somewhere.
worry. I'll be fine. God knows I'll take a bit of it. I know your account numbers though. Yeah.
There's of course there's Republican criticism for it,
Right.
but
Of course.
but
yeah.
but and I mean I'm all for government keeping each other in check. This is the time where people need to like really kind of. I don't want this to go back and forth the whole time, but at least governments are trying to work with each other.
Right.
And so it's good to have this. This is where bipartisanship comes in, and it's like it's working. Everybody's kind of checking each other.
Well, I'm glad to know that at least I did end up reading once a headline actually where Obama was asking why does like apparently I hope I get the story straight, but apparently they're looking into getting new helicopters. And apparently it cost so much. Obama was questioning why is the helicopter that I'm using, why is it costing so much? I can't remember what the official name of the helicopter is. It's like Air Force One. It's the helicopter that you see that picks up the president.
No,
and takes
okay.
off.
So he wants to know why government.
He wants to know why they're spending so much on that helicopter.
Well, some of the budget that's been spent on the war, from the sound of it, is like almost criminal because we have. I mean, no, look, a lot of money's been spent and some of it's gone unaccounted for, and it's like, no, we're not just going to stop the Iraq war. The budget's going to be tight, and we're going to keep a look on what's happening here. Keep an eye on how this money is being spent.
Right.
And listen, my point is that I don't want to get into heavy politics. I will say this: everybody who's arguing about not wanting more government, like I don't want heavy government, but these motherfuckers who got away with all this shit, all these bankers and investment scandals, and I mean that's why you got someone like Bernie Madoff going off and making all people's money. I mean, it's like it's because nobody kept them in check.
No, and thank God now that I don't know if it is only because that we have Barack as a president now, to where people are finally having the guts to call out these people, even though there's not much you can do. You know, obviously, you know, there's nothing they can do because people are obviously protected because they have money. But at least they're getting called out on and they're being publicly humiliated, which is, you know, that's the first step. I always think, hey, that's the first step. At least pointing the finger and going, you're the reason why this fucking country of ours is going down the toilet because of your fucking greed. And I'm pointing you out. I'm letting the public know exactly who you are and what you're all about. And yeah, there's nothing I can do about it right now, but you know what? You're going to get a lot of fucking hate mail, all right? So, so that's the beginning.
I'm going to prank call you.
Yeah, now we're putting you out. We're exposing you for who you are, and then we'll let the world deal with you.
But you know something? We got somebody who's trying to – we might have somebody who they might shoplift, or somebody who might – I mean, or you might even have like someone who's out there selling drugs because they need money. And these people are getting caught and given these heavy sentences. Look,
and they don't even care. There's my biggest like hatred towards these people is their fucking arrogance. Yeah, like they act as if they committed no crime. Like everything they did was legal and just.
But you
and
see
until until somebody berates them like they're in the fucking 5th grade, which is I love watching. I mean. It still shocks me that the arrogance that these people built up in their heads because of their power and their position. That they think that this is okay, you know? But like I said, not that they're doing much as far as like pointing the finger, but at least it's a first step. So I'm happy to hear that. Because I tell you what, during the Bush administration, you never heard any of that kind of shit go on. It was always it wasn't even in the news.
Well, the reason why, because a lot of this is because Bush, the administration. Like I ain't gonna blame Bush because that was an ignorant motherfucker. There's people behind him. All right, I mean, they didn't want to regulate these people. They let these people kind of do their own thing, and now this is what we got. And we have the age of greed now, where it's like taking a toll on. And the point I was gonna make before is like you got somebody who's out there. They might be selling drugs. Now that's a really great issue. I'm not one of these people who comes out and says all drug dealers are evil and all people who use drugs up at that.
No, everybody has their own story.
Yeah, but you know what? They were selling these drugs and money was spent and it was being put into the economy. All right, you know. Right. But these people get caught. They get these heavy sentences. They go to jail for long periods of time, and you get people who have money or wealthy, people who have $500 billion scandals like Bernie Madoff, and then they don't. They find a loophole to get these people off.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Have money, you do whatever you want.
And they just it goes to show you, man. I mean, if you got money, a lot of I would say this, and I will say this, and I mean it. And a lot of people will sound evil for this, but if you were somebody who probably knew that this would ruin this country, and your greed led you to like live a life of opulence. You didn't give a shit about anybody but yourself, and you knew that because you had money, you were above the law. I hope you fucking die. I hope somebody kills you. I hope somebody stabs you in the neck with a fucking dull pin.
Right.
Because, I mean, you know, it's just, that's somebody who knows what they're getting into. They're not trying to get by. They're not. No, I mean, that's just as evil as somebody who's out there who wants to kill someone else.
Right.
Do you know how many people you're hurting? I mean, you're hurting the fucking country, man. You don't give a shit.
Right.
You know,
well,
you don't give a fuck about poor people not eating.
People are going to have their up and coming. So, I mean, honestly, I believe in karma and I believe in all that shit. It's going to come back at you tenfold regardless. Because, somebody you're screwing over is going to get to you. and they're gonna let you know. I mean, and yeah, I mean, plus I'm sure that a good majority of these people, I'm sure their conscience is killing them. I mean, because
I hope
of this
so.
fact,
I mean,
know?
really, if you, I mean, maybe you didn't know. Maybe you were living a life, you got caught up. I mean, I don't want to be that cruel. Okay, maybe going as far as saying I hope you die. I mean, if you really didn't give a shit, you have no human compassion at all.
Right.
I really do hope you get hit by a truck.
Right.
But if, I mean, but look, you got caught up in the moment. You start living a heavy life. I mean, it can happen to anybody. I'm not rich. If I got a lot of money, who knows how it would affect me?
You never know until you have that money.
I like to think I'm old enough now to where I've lived a poor life. Yeah. I've lived a life where I've gotten by. I think I'm appreciative of what I have, and I'm more compassionate towards people. Yeah. So who knows, man? I just hope that at least you have some sort of a better conscience now, and you have some sort of regret. Right. I mean, but
the thing is, with time, these people eventually will pay a price in some way or another. Either it be mentally or physically, in their pockets. I mean, you never know. People know you have money; they'll come after you. They'll find all kinds of little things, legal things to say. Hey, well, you know what? Apparently, you did this, so you're gonna owe somebody money. I mean, it's the party is gonna have to end at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And the party will always have to end. Period.
And at the end of the night,
that door's gonna be shut. Yeah, you're gonna be on the cold.
You feel like shit.
Yeah. So, you're going to have that hangover, and, you're going to get fucked.
Maybe hoping somebody that dies bad, but I hope a car with huge balls rapes you, finds you and rapes you.
See, now I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that person have balls in the face than actually. No. Why put them out of their misery? They've already lived a life. Why give them a good send-off like that?
Yeah,
let them hang around, let them suffer a bit.
Get a big pink car, a Mary Kay Avon car with a big hairy nutsack on the back of the bumper. Do you good? Have your ass about whoop whoop. Oh man, boy. Like I said, man. British like to talk. How'd I come back? British be talking.
Yeah. I like talking to those guys. They're a good group of guys.
No, they are. They're a great group of guys. Talking to Mitch, man. Nick. What the fuck am I talking about? Nick? Bitch, Nick. Talking to Nick, man. Nick's a cool guy. The reason why I've been talking to them so much is because, and I want everybody to know, I don't take this as gospel. Like when, like Dr. J. Okay,
nothing is set in stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Dr. I'm gonna shout out to Dr. J right now because people. I'm not. For a while, people wanted to start these spill parties, right?
Right.
And we did one. Nick did the one in London. That was him. He said, "I want to throw this." And he did an outstanding job at that. Now, Dr. J talking about, I want to have a New York party. I like Dr. J. If you do this, now you do it.
Yeah.
Dr. J is cool. I like him. He's one of my favorites on the site. I say it about 100 people, but he is somebody I look fondly upon.
You know his name?
Yeah, I know his name.
Yeah.
But that fool started this New York spill party thing. And I got people asking me, so when's the New York spill party going to be? What's it going to be about? And I'm like, I didn't start that shit, and the guy that did it dropped the ball on it. And I'm not going to say dropped the ball, but I ain't heard shit about it.
All right. Okay.
And he's talking about, I want to plan it for April. April's coming up. I ain't heard shit.
Yeah. Hey, what can you do? Well, I do know one thing. A special person on the site asked me about the barbecue. Do you remember us talking about a summer barbecue?
You know what?
A spill party?
Yes.
Summer barbecue?
And Renegade's going to want me to talk about this. Okay. First of all, I told Renegade, and he knows this. We are planning on, I don't even know if it's going to be a barbecue because I got to work logistics of it out.
Right.
Now, depending on what's going to happen in the next few weeks, I don't even know if we're going to be able to do a spill party. I got to clear this and see what the circumstances are and everything. But it's still in there. It's still being planned.
Do you have any idea as far as the date?
Yes, I do. I don't have an idea of the
month.
Date. Well, I don't have that's what I'm going to ask people.
I was thinking about August, but
look. A lot of people have said July, and a lot of people said August, and it's the college people that are saying that kind of dictating that.
Yeah,
and I'm saying, look, August is what I'm leaning towards. I don't give a fuck. In college, I had those. I almost had like 3 weeks to a month off.
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
So all these people telling me I don't have time in August. No. That's your college's fault because I had a good time off. All right.
Right.
And the reason why I don't want to lean towards July, look, in July there's conventions, there's
conventions,
vacations,
movies,
there's movies, there's concerts going on. Yeah. I mean, and I like to go out and do things, summertime stuff. I might want to go to a concert.
We like to do stuff too, people.
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck off me.
Get off my nuts.
Get off my back.
Get off my steel nuts.
Get off my bumper balls. But I'm leaning towards August. I think. Yeah.
Cool.
So
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I'm down.
And I want to do a barbecue because a lot of kids want to come
Right.
out to the party.
Right.
And I want the kids to come out with their families. And I feel a little self-conscious about bringing these kids into a bar atmosphere.
Yeah, right.
If you're like 15, 16, and you got to bring your parents out with you, I would like an outdoor event to do that.
And the thing is, you can do both with an outdoor event. People can hang out wherever they are. It's not strictly a bar atmosphere. You can hang out.
You can drink there. People can play games. People can
right. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. Outdoor barbecue.
I would like to find a place where there's a clubhouse. Mm-hmm. There's both an outdoor and an indoor. Because look, if you put it out in the middle of a park, what if it rains that day?
Right.
You kind of
shit out of luck.
Yeah. You're asked out, man, because you don't know what you're going to do. So I was thinking about having it in a clubhouse.
Or we can do a big tent.
Man, that tent. What if it's a thunderstorm? That tent blows across the field or something.
Ain't my problem.
Hey, where we gonna get this big tent from? Walmart.
You can make one with trash bags and some sticks. Come on, Corey, be a man. It's a great outdoors.
Yeah, we go to the grocery store, get a whole bunch of plastic bags, and then when that shit goes blowing across the freeway, we're like, well, we thought it was gonna hold on. You see a fucking big ass ball of plastic going down.
Trash bag covers up a semi window. Semi truck comes. Oh God, the tanker! Oh no! Whoosh!
Kaboom!
Yeah, kablooey. We're all barbecue. Half of Spill members became barbecue.
But man, I don't know. I'm thinking August, and I'm thinking having it in Zilker Park Clubhouse because I think they have a big patio where enough people can hang out and we can have the barbecue and whatnot. I mean, you can't run around and play frisbee and shit like that because it's not that big, but at least it's a little. It adds a little more security to the plans.
Right. We'll work them out. Yeah, we'll iron them out.
Hungry motherfuckers out there coming out. Somebody talking about putting. Somebody said they're gonna put Kent on the barbecue. I said Kent up there trying to cook a fucking brontosaurus burger. This shit's gonna be burnt. Kent might be able to cook, but just some. I look at Kent. And I don't think he can barbecue. I just something about. I look at him and just something. I think he can eat some barbecue.
I think you can order it online. But that's
about it. I don't think he can queue though. I don't think he can. And I ain't letting nobody near because that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. Somebody gonna get out there and get too close to that fucking grill and look like Michael Jackson walking off. Hair gonna be on fire.
And then you'll see him in the people's court going, "Spill did it." They made me barbecue.
I know. I'd be just my luck. Get Judge Mathis. Now, did you know these people have barbecuing experience? No, we just let them on the cake closed. Get out. Get out my court.
Get out my face. Don't be making me no barbecue.
And give me a wing.
Burn down my courthouse.
I'll come in there bringing barbecue for evidence. What the fuck is this, Judge Mathis? What the fuck is you bringing me a rib?
Yeah,
one rib. I like to.
Don't get started on the rib again, please.
I like to present this rib as evidence, Your Honor. Right. What the fuck does that mean?
Here we have a McRib. Here we have
I ain't even getting close to
rib.
McRib. No. What'd you say? First,
now, one of these.
Exhibit A, the McRib. Yeah. Exhibit B, the spill rib. Your Honor, you arrest my case.
One of these is convenient, and another one is lethal.
Judge be looking at you like
Exhibit A, barbecued spill member Kent, burned to a cinder.
You know what happened? You go to a small claims court.
Yeah.
If we get sued for this, you know what's gonna happen? We'd be in jail.
Well, you'll be in jail. I won't show up. It's like my ass is going to Mexico.
You gonna roll to Mexico?
A whole life of sun and cervezas.
It's like, man, how the fuck did you go on there to just for a $200 claim, and all of a sudden you in prison? Yeah. Judge Mathis look at you like, you fucking ill, man. 2 years. Yes. For what? A rib? Get them out of my court. Okay. Now, this show has been written with the male anatomy. We talked about penis. Yes. We talked about testicles on cars,
Talking about burned barbecue,
burnt barbecue that looked like a burnt penis.
semi trucks blowing up. Yes.
Okay, but why are we talking about this? Because it's Happy Tit Day.
Yeah.
It's Mardi Gras.
It's
we
the
jump into-
best day of my life.
The breastest day of our life.
And we're hanging out here recording bullshit.
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know. You got to get up. What am I talking about? You got to get up. You ain't got shit to do tomorrow. You sitting up there. What you got to do?
I'm a busy man. I'm trying to talk to Predator and I'm trying to talk to Nick.
A little robot.
I'm trying to talk to those Brits before it's their bedtime.
Goddamn robot that look like a Wilson from from Castaway. You ain't got shit to do all day. Hang out in the basement all day. Ain't doing nothing.
I like it.
But you know what?
What?
There was a time I did take you. Remember when we go to my sister's place? I pick your little ass up and take you to
Yes.
Mardi Gras with us?
Yes, sir.
Mainly because I didn't have an antenna on my car. You got good reception. But you remember we went to Mardi Gras, man?
Yeah, we slept in the car. I think we what was it what was the first time I went with you? Was it 2000?
Yeah,
we
I think
went
it was-
twice.
Well, okay, we went twice. The first time we went with High, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, High, and then the second time. Now this is one I really want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
The second time we went with it was you, me,
Joel,
the sound guy we always talk about who lives in New
And
York
Raymond.
now, the one I stay with, and Raymond.
Yes.
And Raymond is straight up comedy,
my
man.
God. Yes, he is. We're gonna make a movie about this kid someday.
Oh man, Raymond. Now Raymond's a good guy. Raymond's
is.
cool, but Raymond lived with me for a while, and Raymond was one of those guys that I really am gonna write a script about him one day because I had so many incidents with Raymond.
Yeah.
I shit you not. Now here are the incidents with Raymond that I had that you will that you don't get all this. You don't get this much material out of one roommate.
No.
Maybe 2 or 3 roommates
Yeah.
over time, but one guy.
Yeah, Raymond is the retarded version of Benjamin Button and Forrest Gump. He has one of those. He has that kind of life.
He has innocence.
Yeah.
He just goes through life, and you can't get mad at him. Like
Yeah.
I love Raymond, man. It's like as mad as I got at him. Now all this shit happened under a year. I think it was like 6, and within 6 months, Raymond brought a prostitute to the house. Became a male dancer
Became a male stripper for one night.
for one night.
One night only.
People, we are not lying about this.
Yes.
Because I remember we wanted to go see Raymond dance. Because look,
Okay, now I heard about this like after the fact. Apparently, you and Leon, along with a few girls that we knew,
and Samuel's wife and Jennifer and Quita,
yeah.
they went to go see because we all showed up with them.
Right.
And we came up and okay, the moment we walk up to the
Well, we'll start it off as far as when you started noticing Raymond working out.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now this is after a bunch of crazy shit, and Raymond had seen. I would always have talks with Raymond. I would pull him aside and say, Raymond, look, man, I'm talking to you as a friend. You got to straighten up. And I had this talk with him, and it would get angrier.
You were his older brother. At
Yeah,
the
I was
time,
trying
yes.
to be his big brother. So
Yeah.
it seemed like he was he was coasting for a while as being responsible and a good guy.
Right.
And then he came in one day and he said, I don't have my security job anymore. And he said, but I'll find a way to get you the money. And he was on a roll for a couple of weeks. And I said, all right, man, that's cool. So
Was that the time when he became a security guy and he had a loaded gun? He was playing with it.
he was scratching his head with it. No, they wouldn't give that fool. They wouldn't give that fool. Talk about like pepper spray. They wouldn't give him a can of pepper. They wouldn't give him a can of cooking pepper.
He wouldn't give that guy a cap gun.
Yeah, exactly. So so one day I walk in and I come to talk to Raymond, and Raymond's in there, and he's working out and shit. And I was like.
Yeah.
I said, Raymond, I noticed you getting all toned up and shit, man. I said, this is what I said to him. I was like, damn, man. I said, what you trying to do? You trying to be a male stripper or something? He looked at me, smiled. And I said, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh, no.
I said, I was joking, man. I said, are you serious? Like, he said, yeah, man, I got an audition.
Oh, damn.
And that fool, man, sure enough.
That smile, though,
do you remember that smile?
It's slightly retarded, but yeah, it's a smile. You're like, oh shit.
Every time he had that smile, something crazy was going to happen. That smile scared the hell out of me.
Something mischievous was afoot.
And so
buffoonery
that
was
fool,
set in motion.
Man, just say buffoonery was afoot. That fool, I said, Raymond, are you serious? You are going to be a male stripper? And he's like, yeah, I got an audition. I'm going to go in there. And I was like, Raymond, any other time, I would be angry at you. I'll be worried about you, but you got to let me know when this audition is. And he told me, and I told Leon, I told Samuel, and Samuel's I never talked about him. He's a big buddy of mine, big Puerto Rican guy.
Yeah.
Him and I were thick as thieves at one time. But so we all got together and said, we got to see this shit. So the girls came.
Only because you guys were knowing that this was a catastrophe waiting to happen.
We knew that this was this was going to be a fucking like you said, catastrophe. I'm trying to find another word, but this is a train wreck.
Roberto Benigni at his finest. Yeah. This was going to be a Borat moment.
This was a train wreck in a Speedo. Yeah. So he tells us, and we show up, and now we get to the male strip club. Mm-hmm. The guy at the door looks at us. He doesn't look at the girls.
Yeah.
He looks at us and he says, guys, this is not a gay club. And we took offense to it. I was like, and I know it must have sounded bad because I took offense to it. And I was like, my friend is stripping tonight. and then he's like, look,
homo.
No guys, look, faggot, no guys allowed, all right?
Yeah.
No, he was nice. He's like, look, no guys allowed, all right? It's like, look, man, we have a right to see our friend. Again, some big guy came out from the back, and we like, thank you, good night. So we went off to after that, we just went to a female strip club. We're like, okay, whatever.
But the girls,
they got in.
Yeah,
we all went to go eat, and they went back.
Okay.
Because they were like, fuck, we got to see this.
We have to see this.
Yeah. And they came back and reported, and they said,
what was the report? Tell the people.
I wish I had seen this. They said that he came out. And God help me if I'm lying. I mean, I don't mean to make this guy look any worse, but they say he had on some Batman underwear.
Really? Okay, now that part I did not know.
And they said some kind of Batman shit or something. And they said that he came out and he was dancing to "Fire It Up." You know that song from the one that was set to the Knight Rider theme that was from Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
Fire it up, fire it up. And he was dancing to that, and they told his ass, you got to go.
Now, this was while he was dancing, right?
No, I don't know.
Or did he dance
honestly,
and he left?
I think they let him dance. And
Okay.
I think he finished. I think some women were actually thought it was cool, and they went into it. But they said, you got the wrong get up for this or something. So
as soon as they saw his Batman and Robin underoos, they're like, oh, my God. Not only are you wearing underoos from the worst movie ever, but
he had George Clooney on his crotch.
Oh my God,
man! So that was one of the many times. The other time I caught Raymond doing something crazy. Notice it came back. We cannot get away from a male thing tonight. No matter how we're trying to get into Mardi Gras, we're coming back to fucking Raymond stripping.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know.
Because this was leading up to Raymond doing something crazy at Mardi Gras.
Yes.
The other time I caught Raymond, I came in. Now. Raymond, I don't know what he was doing. I've looked at porn on my computer.
Yeah.
I've crashed it like maybe a few times. I'm looking at the hardcore shit, okay? Yes, kids, your Uncle Corey getting off the porn on the internet, all right? Proudly, okay? Fuck you, all right?
Corey is watching ducks, having fun with popsicles.
Exactly, all that shit. I don't care what you think about me. As I got co-host saying now, fuck your thoughts.
Fuck your thoughts.
But, so... as much porn as I've looked at on my computer, especially that computer at the time with some old shit, I never really crashed it. Somehow Raymond was crashing my computer, and I said, "Raymond, are you looking at porn on my computer?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Raymond, I look at porn on my computer. I'm not judging you. Are you looking at porn on my computer?" Like, no. I said, "I found a website for an escort service. I look at porn, but I ain't getting no escorts. Okay." Tell me, he's like, no. I was like, fucking lying. But
No.
He kept crashing that shit. And I was like, this fool is heavy on these escort sites. What is he getting off on these escort sites?
Yeah, what kind of escort sites are crashing your computer?
He had no money to pay his rent. So I don't know what the fuck he was doing. So so one day I come in. This is when I was working at Human Club. I come in the middle of the day. He's not expecting me to come in the middle of the day. I think I just got laid off. So I don't know what, but I came in at a time when he wasn't expecting me.
Yeah.
I go to my room and I hear like a little kid's voice, like, "Hey, man," and I'm like, so I was like, "What the fuck?" And I said, so I went to his room. I was like, "Oh, he must have a little kid or something." And it was innocent.
Yeah,
I wanted to know what's going on in there. So I ain't gonna lie to you. I played like he borrowed my PlayStation at the time, so I went and knocked on the door and I was like, "Raymond, you got the PlayStation? I want to play it, and I just want to see who he had in there."
Right?
Because even though I thought it was a little kid, I was like, "Ain't nothing that simple with Raymond."
No.
Sure enough. When the door opened a little bit more, he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, wait a minute, hold on, I get it real quick." And he went and grabbed it, and I looked up. There's this girl back near his closet with she's not naked or anything, but she's got a black tight dress on, fishnets, and she got 2 layers of makeup on her face.
She's looking like a goddamn extra from Sin City.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah, except with like the bright colors all on her face. I mean, like bright blue on her eyes.
This is a clean hooker, not those hookers from that Medina movie.
Not those hookers from the Medea movie. Not those cracked out nappy head girls. You know, wearing even those girls in the movie. Like, damn, even their wigs were nasty.
Yeah, those girls were using like mud as blush or something. I don't know what they were doing.
It's like, damn, I know you were nasty, but why'd you fuck that wig up like that? No, not this girl. So I was like, this dude, is this what I think it is? And
you just know it's a hooker from the get-go. As soon as you see her, boom, hooker.
And I came back, and I was like, can I get one more look? I was like, did you get me? Because he gave me everything. But I was like, did you get the control to me? He's like, yeah, Corey, I got the control. I got to go. But that gave me enough time to look up at this girl and get a glance at her one more time. And I was like, because I was thinking, maybe that's a friend of his or something. I was like, when I went back and had a second look, I was like, this motherfucker brought a prostitute in his house. Now, nothing against prostitutes, but I was thinking, where there's a prostitute,
there's trouble.
There's trouble.
Yes.
Sure enough, when I went back to my room to ponder this shit, I get a call.
Right.
It's a woman. She's like, what the fuck are you doing in there?
Uh-oh.
Like, bitch, I live here. Who the fuck are you? She's like, you're not supposed to be in there. I'm not supposed to be in my own house.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? And they hung up. Now I get another call. Oh, no, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Raymond's friend comes over. Apparently he didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
Raymond's friend comes in, and I get another call.
Into your room?
No, Raymond's friend comes to the door.
Okay.
He's like, he just says, hey, is Raymond here? And I was like, yeah, Raymond's here, but you ain't going to believe this shit. I was like, come on in, man. He comes in, get another call. She's like, and the call comes to me, get her the fuck out of there. I'm like,
shit.
I'm like, who are you? This girl had a woman pimp out in the parking lot, looking out for everything.
Right.
The girl left. I told Raymond's friend to go, and I was like, Raymond, there's a fucking gated community right here. You bringing a goddamn prostitute in here in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
At noon.
Yeah. Along with that, I'm sure he had to give the gate code, or at least open that shit.
I said, now look, I said, Raymond, look, I have nothing against prostitutes. I have nothing against you getting a prostitute. Yeah. Getting a prostitute here, not only does it make me look bad, not only does it look bad to the people that see this person walking up, not only are you getting a person out in the parking lot, probably scoping the place out. Yeah. Pimps roll people sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
If they find out you might have shit, she could come in here and report everything that we got.
Right.
And they come in, and that's the time I had all this editing equipment.
Yeah, you had tons of shit in there. Yeah.
I'm like, Raymond, are you fucking crazy?
Yes.
yeah. So Raymond was just
if
like,
the stripper incident didn't tell you. Yes, he's crazy.
Fucking mind. Yeah. Motherfucking never had money for rent, but he had money for an escort service.
But you know, you're right. Just thinking about that, it's like Raymond, as long as you've lived here, when that escort comes through, she's walked through Corey Coleman's door.
Exactly.
Not Raymond's door.